I know that you're doing it wrong seems to be coming fewer and further between, but that's a good thing. It means that there's less people really screwing things up. Now, we had an issue yesterday, and I was getting ready to jump all over this bandwagon, but I decided that I need to look a little bit more closely because I found it hard to believe that anybody could really be this dumb. Now, for those of you who don't know, Krispy Kreme is the one that's in the hot seat here. And what happened was Krispy Kreme, you know, is Krispy, Kreme, Krispy Kreme. So they don't spell things the proper way. Apparently, they have a Krispy Kreme Club. Club, Klub, in keeping with the silly spelling. Now, what they did is they decided to abbreviate that for hashtagging and funny purposes, and the K from Crispy, and the K from Cream, and the K from Club all lined up to Krispy Kreme Club. Say that 5 times fast. K, K, K. Now, you're looking at this right now going, how is that humanly possible? Right? That's the feeling you have. I know, I had it yesterday. So, I looked a little bit more closely. Here's the thing. It was one of their stores in the UK. Now, in today's 2015 digitally connected age, the fact that anybody on the planet should not know what KKK is a little bit bonkers to me. But being outside of the US, we'll say so-so. They figured it out, people went bananas, and then they quickly responded, oh my god, that's our bad. They apologized, they pulled the post down. So this really leads me to a bigger thing. Now, the fact that it's 2015, you should know what's what, tells me that what you're doing wrong is not the KKK. That's not the issue. It is an issue, but that's not what they're doing wrong. And this is part of a bigger situation of not paying attention to what's happening in the world around you, right? You guys DiGiorno'd this right the fuck up. Bottom line, okay? Let's go back, roll that back real quick. DiGiorno, hashtag why I stayed after Ray Rice, beat his fiance, now wife, dragged her, and that whole thing. Everybody, talk about abusive relationships, why I stayed. And some folks said I stayed because I was afraid. I stayed because I think he really loved me. I stayed for this reason, that reason, a million other reasons that they all felt were legitimate at the time. DiGiorno said, ooh, why I stayed, and without looking into what that meant, they just said, why I stayed, you had pizza. Nobody gets beat for pizza. That was a mistake. They apologized. So this is part of a bigger problem. It's something that's a little bit systemic, where we see a trend. We got to get on board that trend before it peaks, and we don't even know what the hell trend it is. So pick the right horses to ride, and everything that's trending doesn't automatically qualify. That's what this comes down to. So, you're in the UK, you saw something trending, or something that could be funny or that could trend, and you jumped on it, and you said, oh, look, KKK, it's the club, and you didn't really think it through. So you got to get outside of your box, outside of your context, because different locations, different demographics, different time frames, the context is very, very different. In the U.S., KKK means something very specific. Krispy Kreme is also in the U.S. Everybody's connected all over the place. So you have to pay attention to these things. So KKK was a symptom of a much bigger problem of being clever without considering the context and what that means. All right? I can't scream and yell because, across the pond, things are different, and it was a stupid mistake. As a whole, though, we don't really want to say that you're doing it wrong. So just pay attention, and that'll solve that problem, right? So please, nobody else, just say something without thinking about what that means to other people. These are very sensitive topics as well. So there you go. Maybe next time it'll be somebody that really gets me, the way that entertains you most. Until then, let me know if you have any questions, complaints, gripes, criticisms, and I'm happy to talk about it.